Hello fellow gardeners, and welcome back to Smart Garden. If you found your way here today, chances are you're staring at pepper plants that seem determined to reach the clouds while stubbornly refusing to produce the bountiful harvest you envisioned. You're not alone in this frustration. Are your pepper plants reaching for the sky but neglecting to produce? What if I told you there's a secret pruning technique that can transform leggy giants into prolific fruit factories? It all comes down to manipulating a powerful growth hormone called auxin, and today I'll show you exactly how to unlock your pepper plant's full potential. Your pepper plants are growing tall, but are they growing smart? This is the crucial question that separates disappointing harvests from abundant yields. Many gardeners fall into the trap of believing that bigger automatically equals better, watching with pride as their pepper plants stretch skyward, while overlooking the real problem developing right before their eyes. The secret enemy lurking within your towering pepper plants is a phenomenon called apical dominance, and it's causing your plants to waste precious energy on vertical growth instead of channeling resources into the fruit production you desperately want. When left to their own devices, pepper plants follow their natural programming to grow upward, competing for sunlight in the wild. This survival strategy made perfect sense in nature, but in your carefully tended garden, this vertical obsession becomes a liability. Your tall, spindly pepper plants are expending enormous amounts of energy, maintaining their height while side branches remain stunted and underdeveloped. The result is a plant that looks impressive, but delivers disappointing yields, with most of the plant's energy concentrated at the very top rather than distributed throughout the structure where multiple flowering sites could be producing peppers. To understand how we can transform these underperforming giants, we need to dive into the fascinating world of plant hormones, specifically auxins. Auxins are naturally occurring growth hormones that act as the plant's master control system, dictating where and how growth occurs throughout the entire structure. These powerful chemical messengers are produced primarily at the apical meristem, which is the growing tip at the very top of your pepper plant's main stem. From this command center, auxins travel downward through the plant, essentially broadcasting a grow tall, not wide message to every cell they encounter along the way. The auxin concentration is highest at the growing tip and decreases as you move down the stem. This gradient creates apical dominance, actively suppressing the growth of lateral buds and side shoots that could otherwise develop into productive branches. Think of auxins as a dictatorial force that says, all resources go to vertical growth, everything else must wait. While this natural balance serves the plant's evolutionary purposes, it directly conflicts with our gardening goals of creating bushy, productive plants loaded with peppers. By understanding this hormone system, we gain the power to disrupt it strategically, redirecting the plant's energy exactly where we want it to go. Now that you understand the science, let's get our hands dirty with the practical application. The precision pruning technique centers on eliminating the apical meristem to redistribute auxin throughout the plant. When your pepper seedlings reach approximately 6 to 8 inches in height and have developed 3 to 4 sets of true leaves, the transformation begins. Look carefully at your plant's structure and locate the natural Y junction where the central stem prepares to split. This is your target zone, and timing this intervention correctly sets the foundation for everything that follows. Using clean, sharp pruning shears or scissors, cleanliness cannot be overstated as it prevents disease transmission. Make a decisive cut just above the Y junction, removing the main growing tip. This single snip eliminates the primary auxin production site, immediately disrupting the apical dominance that has been directing all growth upward. In the days following this pruning, you'll notice something remarkable happening. Without the suppressive auxin signal from above, the lateral buds along the stem suddenly receive the green light to develop. What were once dormant growth points spring into action, pushing outward to create the bushy, multi-branch structure that will support significantly higher pepper production. So, post-pruning care involves, maintaining consistent watering and making sure your plants receive adequate nutrition to support the new growth they're about to produce. Within 1 to 2 weeks, you should observe vigorous lateral branch development emerging from multiple points along the stem. These new branches represent future flowering sites, and each one multiplies your potential harvest. As the growing season moves along, the difference between pruned and unpruned pepper plants becomes, strikingly obvious. Unpruned plants just keep reaching upward, often getting top-heavy and needing a lot of staking, while their yields tend to be pretty modest and mostly at the top. In stark contrast, your pruned plants turn into these compact, robust powerhouses, with multiple strong branches radiating outward from a sturdy central structure. And, this transformation isn't just about looks. It actually leads to a dramatic increase in fruit set across many more flowering sites. The benefits of pruning go way beyond just counting more peppers at harvest time. That bushier structure really improves air circulation throughout the plant canopy, which in turn significantly reduces the risk of fungal diseases that thrive in stagnant, humid conditions. Sunlight can reach all parts of the plant more effectively, which means more even ripening and healthier foliage overall. Plus, the stronger, more balanced framework you get from manipulating auxins makes the plant far more resilient to wind, heavy rain, and the weight of all that fruit. And, maybe most importantly, this approach actually extends your harvest window since multiple branches produce flowers and fruit at staggered intervals, rather than everything coming all at once. Mastering that initial topping technique really opens the door to more advanced pruning strategies as the season goes on. Mid-season maintenance means removing suckers, those little shoots that pop up from branch junctions and compete for resources without really helping production. You'll want to deal with these when they're just 1 to 2 inches long, just using your fingers to pinch them away cleanly. Keep an eye on the plant's interior too, removing crowded branches that block airflow, and trimming lower leaves that might touch the soil and spread disease. As flowering begins, you might want to try the somewhat counterintuitive practice of pinching off the first flower cluster you see. Even though it feels a bit wasteful, this little sacrifice lets the plant put more energy into building a strong root system and robust foliage before focusing on fruit, which in the end leads to a much larger total harvest. Then, late in the season, about 3 to 4 weeks before your first expected frost, go ahead and perform a final topping by removing all new growth, flowers, and tiny unripe fruits. This signals the plant to funnel every last bit of energy into ripening the peppers you already have before cold weather sets in, helping you maximize your yield before the season wraps up. Your success with these techniques really depends on your ability to observe and adapt to your unique growing conditions and pepper varieties. Some types respond more dramatically to pruning than others, and your local climate will influence the best timing for each step. If you found this guide valuable and want to keep learning science-based techniques that lead to amazing garden results, please subscribe to Smart Garden and share this video with fellow gardeners who are ready to transform their pepper harvests. Let's grow smarter together.